How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your full moon horoscope for Aries. How is it going, Aries? This full moon is going to be on Wednesday, October 24th. It's going to be exact at about noontime, which really doesn't matter because it's going to be the whole day anyway. And this full moon is really, really important. There's a lot going on this full moon. To begin with, before the moon starts, the moon's going to be, the full moon starts. The moon's going to be transiting Aries, so it's going to be in your guys' first house, so you guys are already going to kind of feel that emotional charge to kind of do something, to kind of go for something, might feel a little bit angry. However, the second the moon ingresses into Taurus, it's going to conjunct Uranus. And this is happening in your second house where resources, finances, money, possessions, it's kind of erratic right now. Uranus right there is kind of making things explosive, making things different, putting a wild card to things. So as the moon goes into Taurus and hits Uranus, you might feel a lot of, I don't want to say an explosion, but you're going to feel a lot of emotional things hit you when it comes to things of what your money is, what you have for yourself, what you, it's kind of like your first house is yourself, the second house is what you have. And so when you have the moon going into Uranus, going into Taurus, conjuncting Uranus, you're going to feel quite a liberation of kind of like, okay, what do I have? What do I need? What do I want to achieve? What do I want to have? And stuff like that. What's important, though, is that as the sun goes into Scorpio and it goes into your 8th house, we are talking about other people's money. We're talking about other people's stuff. So this full moon is going to be in your 8th and your 2nd house. So you're dealing with not only what you have, but you're dealing with what other people have. And this is a big deal because this full moon is going to be squaring the nodes. So the nodes are at 1 degree Leo and 1 degree Aquarius. The north node's at 1 degree Leo. So with this full moon happening at 1 degree Taurus, with the sun being at 1 degree Scorpio, there's a lot of tension being brought up. The north node in Leo in your guys' 5th house has been having you just ultimately want to consume more of what you want, what you're passionate about, what you want to create and things like that. And as the moon goes into Taurus and it's highlighted with the sun being in Scorpio, it's this full moon, it's this expression of emotion, it's this realization of feeling. This is kind of like the turning point in the direction of where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to feel? And what do you have in order to achieve that? What do you need to possess in order to achieve that? What do you want to have? Who do you need to know, or who do you need to go away with, and who do you need to focus more on in order to have the things that you want, also while being able to get that from other people as well. When we have the sun going into Scorpio, Scorpio things are coming alive, a lot more emotional, a lot more rigid, a lot more transmutational is the best way to put it. And it's going to be conjunct Venus, and Venus is retrograde in the 8th house. And what we were talking about with the new moon, Venus being in your 8th house, it's like, what are you giving to people and what are you receiving from other people? And this is still a really big thing. And as the full moon happens in Taurus, you may find yourself finally starting to receive those things and finally starting to get those things. At the same time, this is Uranus right here. This is a big explosions of ups and downs. You don't know what it's going to be. So you might also have, people taking away from you, things starting to come away. The biggest thing, though, is that it's trining Saturn, and Venus is going to be sextiling Saturn. The sun's going to be sextiling Saturn. There's a lot of Saturn energy going on right here. And Saturn's in your guys' 10th house of career, public vocation, what you're kind of doing in your life right now. So as this full moon starts, this really comes back down to what do you want to possess and what do you possess in order to kind of put you guys in track in the area that you want to go. The north node's in Leo in your guys' 5th house of creation, children, art, passion, love, romance, things like that. And as this full moon happens and it squares these nodes, it's time for you guys to decide what do you have and where do you want to take that? Where do you want to go with it? What do you need to realize? What do you need to possess? What do you need to feel in order to keep going on that path? And this is trining Saturn, so this has a lot to do with what are you doing? You want to stabilize and have more discipline and structure in your career, and this full moon in Taurus is kind of like, hey, this is the time to really not necessarily count all of your eggs, but really go, what do I have and what do I want to achieve? How can I work with other people for that? And really focusing on more of what's the desire, what's the emotion around what you want to have and what you want to achieve. And that's what this full moon is going to bring. It is not going to be the easiest full moon, where the full moon in Taurus is usually very grounded, very calm. This is going to be very sporadic. So you guys can handle it. You guys guys are Aries, you guys would love this type of stuff, so don't be, you know, I don't want to say don't be scared over it, but this is going to be a lot to take in. This is going to be a lot to look at on a very physical level. However, you guys are going to be able to get through this just fine. So that's your full moon horoscope. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be having your November horoscopes here very soon.